Hi everyone, my name is Louise Swartz-Walter. I want to thank you for being here with us today. This is Albuquerque Natural Health Center. We are here at the Beautiful Amazing You class. This is the first class of 2017, and we're going to be talking about the 5 secrets to anti-aging. And one of the things I've been researching lately is DNA and how you can change your DNA. And found a great book that I want to share with you called The Telomere Effect. Okay, and this is by Elizabeth Blackburn. And what she did was a lot of research on telomeres. And telomeres are the length of the DNA strands. They're a piece at the end of the DNA strand. And the longer your telomeres are, the healthier you are. So you have inflammation in your body, and as we age, they typically get shorter. And there's a way to measure them. And what I'm going to show you today, if I can get it on my email right now, I just took a picture of my biofeedback program, and it has a DNA program within it, in a sense. And what it shows is it shows how long your telomeres are, and then you're able to get them back, even get them longer. And what I learned when I was training and learning all this biofeedback stuff is when those telomeres are longer, your boundaries are better. So what I mean by that, and many of you are sensitive souls, is when your energy field is stronger, you won't be as affected by stuff out in the world as much. Negative emotions, negative people, chemicals, whatever it is. And so I myself worked on that because I was pretty sick before. And so that's how I even discovered all of this. So what ended up happening after working with clients over the last 12 years and on my own healing journey of getting healthy is I discovered what I call brain. And I knew that if my brain worked well, my whole body would be balanced, and yet we're whole people. And so what I found was when I just did physical body work, and I can give you anti-aging creams, we can give you vitamins, we can give you supplements, you can eat right, we can do all that great stuff. But I know when I did that, I still wasn't where I wanted to be. And then I started working on my emotions and my spiritual body. And found out that when I did emotions and the mental and the spiritual, I even got better. But I still was on this quest. I still wasn't where I wanted to be. And it wasn't until I added some energy work, biofeedback and energy work in the field, in your energy field, that I really elevated my life. And then I was able even to move out of my home office and start a business. And now, teaching people from all over the world. I never knew that could happen. I didn't even know that it was possible. Plus, I didn't even really know I wanted that. I was just a school teacher in Illinois who thought I was going to be a teacher the rest of my life. I love teaching. I love having you here with me tonight. And so, all that happened because of brain. And let me show you what brain is here. So brain stands for body, working on the body, releasing the emotional baggage and the chatter, aligning with spirit, aligning your frequency to attract more success and prosperity, to feel better, to be more vibrant, integrating your new program. So integrating a new program or a new way of being. So if you've been doing healing work for a while, many of you know that you've been practitioners or people who are helping you release stuff. There's timeline therapy, there's tapping, there's pranic healing, they're all good. They all work. But I think what was missing and what I was looking for was no one was putting in the new program, the new way of being, how you want to show up in the world in the future. So I put in new program as part of it. So the acronym is BRAIN. So that's what I call this system that just ended up really literally being created by chance, right? By just working with people and seeing what worked best. And now I almost can't do anything without doing all those pieces. So if somebody calls me and they're like, well, I just want to work on my nutrition. I need some help with my diet, and I know about fish oil and probiotics, and I've been reading this article, but I've had stomach problems for years. I already know their stomach problems aren't just physical. They're emotional too. And if we don't address the whole thing, they're going to be spinning their wheels, like I did for 16 years, seeking. Which is great, because that might be their path. And yet, if we can do it quicker, if we can find a way where in 4 sessions I can take you from here to here, I'm going to do it. Why? Why am I so motivated to do that? Because it took me 16 years. Okay, and I'll show you a picture of me in a few minutes. So I just go, how can we do this faster? So that was my quest and my question to my brain was how can we make this go quicker for people and help them on a higher, deeper level? And so people who were close with me just received mega transformation. And it almost can't, I don't even know how it happens. I just know that it does because I'm doing all those pieces. So I have a lady I've been working with in Florida. She's a business owner, came to me with adrenal problems, thyroid problems, indigestion problems, so they started out physical. But we released a lot of emotions, a lot of stuff that happened when she was a little girl, and all that stuff, and now she's been elevated, she feels better, she has more energy, her sleep is better, and her business is elevating. Another person I work with, I have a bunch of people in Canada, another lady in Canada, a lot of grief in her field. We released a lot of grief. Not only did husband pass away, but a couple of her kids. And when I look at her now, and I look at how different she is because she's been holding those patterns for a while, and yet is a biofeedback therapist herself, had worked on this, and her quest and dream was just to feel better and to get rid of the anxiety that was in her field. And the other people in the group were on a Skype call, can see it. They're like, you look so different, you're amazing. You know, and how many sessions? 4. 4 sessions with the group. So I'll describe what the group is here in a minute. So, I mean, I just can't, I have to pinch myself and I can't believe it, but I just want to share it because I want people out there who want it to have availability. Just have availability, you know, to it. Yeah. So I invite all of you to be a part of our groups coming up, tune in, find out more about how we can help you make that leap of that mega transformation in your life, feel better, look better, have energy, get better sleep, and have the success that you want, either in your business or your life or whatever you're doing. So it's all possible. Yeah. What we also have found is DNA is not a fixed code, but a variable code. So you want to think of your DNA as sending out a signal of subconscious intention. Okay? So scientists have found that it emits a signal of photon light. So your DNA, which is your genes, is like a lighthouse that's always broadcasting what we feel. So the reason that's important are those words, what we feel. Our feelings, your attitude matter, okay? So how you deal with stress and what you tell yourself, even just that can change your DNA. So in this book, I was surprised actually. I had to speed read it. I wanted it, you know, it came from Amazon a little later than I thought. Anyway, what she talks about is that a lot of it is about your stress response to things, and they even have assessments in here. And so she's saying you can change your DNA and your telomeres by your thinking, by what you ruminate on, your consciousness, how much purpose you have in your life, and your lifestyle. So eating right, exercising, taking good care of yourself will all change your DNA and help you stay younger longer. Okay? And feel good longer too. So it's really, it's not rocket science. It's really actually very simple. But what I have discovered that I think is so fascinating in terms of the spiritual body is there are spaces between the crevices in your brain. There are spaces between your lung cavity and your heart. And if you think about the importance of spaces, the masters in China said you will heal in the spaces. And I thought about that, and I thought, wow, okay, I'm even just looking at that bird hanging on the wall. There's space. There's a black line and there's space between it. In between letters, there's spaces. Between words, there's spaces. So the spaces in your brain, even between your cells, and even between what we call the neurotransmitters. So your nervous system, there's an axon and a dendrite. And between that is a space. And that space is where the signal, the neurotransmitters, things like serotonin, dopamine, those neurotransmitters, when they show pictures of it, they show it as little dots there. That space is this like leap, so that if your nervous system is going to connect to this dendrite, that thought process, whatever you're thinking, is emitted through a neurotransmitter. But that portal is a space. So that space is your spiritual body. That's why the brain is not just physical, and it's not just considered an organ, and it's not just about feeding it healthy vegetables, greens, minerals, oil, good fat that we all need. It's really about how you do your spiritual life too. And I'm not saying, you need to believe in God or Buddha or Jesus or the fairies or whatever. It doesn't matter what you believe. It's the connection that you have to that faith. Does that make sense? It's fascinating.